Hello, and welcome. It is, of course, Solo Tabletop RPG Day. We are just simply preparing our final setup. Given that last time we attempted this, we had technical issues, but it seems we solved those. So, as usual, I'm your host, Casmo Basilius. And, well, today is, of course, Solo Tabletop RPG Day, as I said. We will, of course, be following our adventurer, Yelena Aldous, as she goes on her mercenary adventures. So, we have our dice, we have our GM bot, and we have everything we need. When we last left off, our adventurer had just sort of completed a mission. They're flying out of the city in a bunch of hover vehicles and a dropship to Allied lines through a war zone. So, very shortly we'll begin that. First, of course, I do have to double check our sheet. So, let us do that. Ooh, actually, Yelena Aldous will probably level up this session, which is good. So, let's see how this all goes. Where's our map? It's been a while since we loaded this file up successfully. In which we weren't world building, which usually doesn't involve looking at the campaign map. So hopefully I can remember what I listed it under. City-based screen. I think we're in the overworld map, I believe. Not this one, this is the other variant. This is the one we're looking for. Yes. Okay. So, very shortly we'll get right to it. I suppose I should minimize so the map can be visible, probably. Well, we're going to go over datasheet and map, so, it is simply how it goes. Let's see. We bought a bunch of gear before this mission that we probably, well, that we definitely didn't use, that probably should at some point. I think we did fire one grenade off from our grenade launcher. Yep, because we had 18, we now have 17. So we fired off a grenade, used our mounted weaponry. The usual, expected of such a event. We'll see how it goes from here, though. I should have made a second coffee. But, you know, sometimes you forget to make more coffee. Uh, one moment. Let me read some sheet stuff real fast. In a different file, unfortunately, but we'll get right to it. Okay. We have all information here. Yep, rocket launcher, everything checks out. Okay. Very good. I did not organize my windows. There we are. Now I won't accidentally minimize the wrong thing. So, our party, well, I say party, we have some adventures with us. We have just, as I recall, hit the target, and we've done all the math. It'll take us about 1 minute to get to the point in which we pick up our goods. So basically, having just gotten the people in the vehicle last session, held off the people attacking. I say held off the people attacking because we were attacking there. So I suppose I should explain. We're, of course, attacking a corporate tower, trying to steal a dropship from them. We flew up to it. They were relatively alerted, but we were able to hold the security team outside of the hangar. We obliterated one of them, forced one of them to take cover, while our allies climbed off of our hoverbike, ran in, got in the gunship, and are taking off with it. We are very shortly going to follow behind them after laying down the suppressive fire with our 14.5mm heavy machine gun. At least I believe it's a 14.5mm. I forgot to double check. Here we are. Yep, 14.5mm. So, having suppressed the corridor with machine gun fire and a grenade, our allies will likely fly out of the building in the stolen dropship, and we will follow behind them. And that's where we pick up. So, let me double check that our technical difficulties are not happening this time. I am, of course, ever so slightly paranoid. After last time, for some reason, I don't know why, things decided to simply not work at all. Luckily, I'm getting no red errors. In fact, I'm getting a little green line that says things are working ideally. Very good. I'm of course, concerned about that given the fact that for no discernible reason, like genuinely no discernible reason, one day it just decided to not work. So now I'm worried about that happening because the only way I knew it was happening is I luckily caught the little thing saying that everything was exploding. Anyway, so our forces will fly out of the area and we will follow them through the city. I say through the city, it's a relatively short travel time. Now, the question, I suppose we're supposed to roll visibly. I've been GMing a lot recently, so I'm used to rolling the dice physically again. You know, given that last solo session, we weren't able to get any rolls done because of the technical issues. I'm used to rolling with the real dice. But here, you know, obviously for visual sake and for fairness sake, we roll with the dice roller because, you know, the GM is a bot, not me. So, here we go. We're asking the question. I have to get back into the mode of solo tabletop RPGs. The question we have to ask the bot, that I want to ask the bot, is the enemy responding exceptionally quickly? The likelihood is super low that they're responding exceptionally quickly. Like there's no theoretical cause for them to know. So the question is more so, are they responding with air assets? That's mainly the question. First, we're going to roll chaos. 10, meaning no chaos. Now it's a yes, no with a -8. So high numbers are yes, low numbers are no. And it's at -8. So it's very unlikely, but there is a very small chance the bot could say, you know, the bot could say no. Bad things are happening. So 1 and 1, 2. Lowest possible roll, -8. For a total of -6, meaning absolutely no. Exceptional, well, not technically exceptional, but basically the point of the sense that it's like strong no, they're not responding. They probably don't have assets ready for this kind of thing right this moment. But also we rolled doubles. So let me quickly check the GM bot doubles chart. Because, you know. Because that means that events might occur, but we're going to have to do a little bit of research to figure out whether it does mean events do in fact occur. Okay, was our GM bot. Also, my broadcasting device reset itself not too long ago, and by not too long ago, I mean today. So, unfortunately, I realize now that I go to look at one of the charts that it's not open. So we're going to have to open a few charts, which will take a minute. I'm going to try and be as fast about this as I can. There we are. There's our random GMBot chart. Now let's check on GMBot. Where are you? Where did I put it? Here we are, the AI call. Come on, load. There we no. Well, the program's deciding to not load. It'll take a moment. So, how have you all been? I hope you've all been doing good. The galaxy, of course, is a dangerous and risky place. Second Galactic War's still going on. I hear there's some lesser conflict in the frontier. Nothing that's too important. It's several corporate wars. Nothing that'll have drastic negative effects. Second Galactic War, however. Of course, we've missed a few news broadcasts. I'm going to try and get back on track with those. But our conscript news teams are being slow. FTL disturbances and all that have kept them from broadcasting the news to us. You know? Because, I mean, our away teams are the ones who gather the news. I'm pretty sure it'd be, like space illegal to just look at another news broadcast from a corporation and just repeat what they say. That seems like it would be space illegal. Look, I'm not sure. I'm an Imperial. We don't care about what's necessarily space legal or space illegal. But we are, multidimensionally broadcasting. So, if we did that, our broadcast probably wouldn't be spread as widely throughout the galaxy or something. I don't know. And the entire point of these news broadcasts is to broadcast to our Imperial citizens, not Imperial citizens. What I'm trying to say is broadcast to not only our Imperial citizens, but galaxy-wide and multidimensionally. So, not really much of a point if our news broadcast gets blocked and is only sent to the Imperials, like, not really a point in that. So, we can't just read off what, like what the Omnicorp News Network is saying. We have to be original. We have to do our own research and gather our own information on the news. I'm not going to be one of those space news parrot sites where it's like, we are just repeating the headline of other galactic news broadcasters, We want to bring you a custom spin on the news. Brought to you by yours truly. Written by our conscripts. You know? Anyway, I'm rambling. Let's see whether it's loaded. Okay, it has loaded. Very good. Probably loaded a minute ago. Okay, double ones is what we're looking at, which is, well, let's find out. Both numbers are the same. And they're both odd numbers. So it is exceptional and random event. So it's exceptional no. Basically answering our question, basically saying exceptionally they are unprepared. They knew, of course, that the war's getting closer to their border, but they were not prepared for basically mercenaries to break into the corporate tower and just steal one of their ships. So they were just exceptionally not prepared. We have the absolute advantage in their response time, basically. And random event, meaning we're going to have to use the gembot to determine a random event. This will, of course, take a moment. One moment. I'm also going to grab something. There. Okay. Hmm. There. Just fixing additional things. Random events, random events. Where do I go to find them? Oh yes, we roll on that chart. It's been a while since I used the GM bot. It is, of course, a manual series of charts. So it's a lot of me flipping through a book. Um, I mean, theoretically, I could have it, you know, like memorized. But like I said, it's been a while since I used it. So I have to get used to it again. First thing first, we're going to roll a detail. Now, I know I say I roll things visibly, but that usually accounts for dice rolls that are effective of, what's the word I'm looking for? If our characters take an action, or we're asking a yes-no question. For a roll like this, I have to cross-reference a chart, and I have to have a second document open, so it's far easier for me to roll physically. It would take, like, genuinely 5 times the time for me to roll digitally, because I'd have to window management. Let's see, 17. Happiness. Interesting. We'll figure out what that means. Well, I mean, I know what it means. It means that it's going to be, well, okay, I don't know what that means. I have a vague idea of what that means. Luckily, we have a search function. Happiness, the answer to this detail check makes the PC most directly related to the question happy in some way. This is the opposite of the sad result. As with other emotions, happiness can range widely from discovering that a friend thought dead is still alive to getting your hands on a beer after a long, tiring journey. So basically, our character, the result is going to be interpreted in a good way for our character. Next, we need to determine exactly what random thing happens. But it will be basically perceived favorably. So for that, we need to go to our random event chart. Here we are. What mode are we in? These charts are affected by like several campaign modifiers. So let's just quickly scroll down and see what campaign modifier we have active. Action. Action is our first list, so we're going to roll interpreting on the action chart. Okay. Next step, find the action chart. Luckily, it's right here. Now we roll on this chart, and it will be favorable for us. Huh. 008 on a D100 is 8. Meaning action, which translates to something happens that pushes the adventure into high gear. But it is going to be good for us in translation. Okay. As we are going to pick up our target, something that's going to be good for us is we did alert our allies that this operation would be underway. So, more than likely, as we head to pick up our target, one of the reasons that the enemy, that the corporation and that, well, the enemy government, their military more so, is distracted is because the Allied forces have sent us, well, what essentially equates to air cover and a little feigned assault. Basically, alerting the enemy military after we steal it to their presence as opposed to ours. So if there are any anti-air assets, they'll go after the rival forces. I assume they're also jamming and all that while we land and quickly load our ship. I say ship, our infantry mobility vehicle and the target we're trying to escape. Actually, it's an APC. We're being technical. It's not an infantry mobility vehicle. Into our vehicle. By our vehicle being the dropship. And then we'll, of course, take off and fly towards the border. I really, really should have gotten that coffee. I am far more rambly than I am dice rolling. Hmm. Okay. I want to just chill, but I can't. It's solo Sunday. Now, I know it's not Sunday, but if you know the way our calendar works, our space calendar, it's technically Sunday. As you can see, it's the 14th. 14th day being a Sunday, as we have 28 days in a week. Well, 28 days in a week. No, I'm dumb. Sorry. 28 days in a month, 7 days in a week, 4 weeks in a month, every month. So, every 14th is a Sunday, as is every 7th. And as you can see with the clock there, it's the 14th. So, of course, we are, of course, like 2 days ahead of you. Not in like time wise, but, in like day label wise. Anyway, definitely not an excuse to drink some more water. As I absolutely battle with being tired. So, let's see here. Um, Hello, welcome. I am just planning an escape. Our adventure, you and all this, is about to escape the city. Ideally, hopefully. More than likely. So, basically, we have done the math before. It's like 3 minutes or something like that of traveling, basically, across the war zone. Luckily, we did roll absolutely everything possible in our favor. So basically, almost, well, with very little problem, our little mercenary force is able to fly across the border while the attack's going on, getting us safely. To do what? Walk across? It's kilometers. I don't understand. All I know is I'm far, far too tired. So, quite rapidly flying through the area, we basically complete our mission. Getting across the border is basically just going to be flying, well, down to here. that point, which nobody's really going to stop us now that we're in Allied territory. And it's not going to take exceptionally long. So, upon arriving, we will of course take our pay. And I'm going to probably say that our pay is probably going to be 500,000, given everything we had to do, theoretically. The price of this contract is probably varied wildly. Because for some reason I keep losing the note of how much we're supposed to be paid for it. So, let's give ourselves 500,000. Well, 200,000, more than likely, honestly. That seems more reasonable. Not trying to cheat money into my own pockets. I say my own pockets, I mean you and Aldous' pockets. So yeah, 200,000 should probably do it. Okay. We technically completed a thing. In a sense, so we do get 2 favor. Which we will store. We don't get more XP because it's not the end of the session. Sort of. To a degree. You then all this survives another day. And now has a ship at least. As we're going to keep this dropship. You then all this will, of course, I suppose we're just going to do a lot more verbal stuff, I suppose. Not everything needs dice to be rolled. And if there's anything I've been trying to do more, it's paint a picture. So, flying over the war zone as air assets escort us, basically, and cause distractions for the enemy air defenses, and the ground units of our allies push their assault, allowing us cover to fly across. Yelena Aldous will, having loaded her ships into the back of I say ships, her APC and hoverbike into the back of the dropship, will look at her mercenaries and the prisoner, and basically say one of the mercenaries, of course, isn't in the back flying. As the dropship shudders slightly as it flies over the airspace, Aldous will smile and say, "Well, at least we're getting paid. I mean, it took a while, but we finished this contract." The mercs will, make sounds of acknowledgement of this fact. One of the mercs will say, "A bit slow of a contract, to be fair." You then also say, "Can't complain when we earned so much money from it, you know." And Merc will grunt an acknowledgement. You then always will, of course, pop open her book, the physical book, and do a little bit of reading as the ship travels over. Because, I mean, there's not much she can do. However, admittedly, she is tempted to, Ulanos will glance over at the prisoner, considering, her final chance to kill the prisoner. Because she does hate the prisoner. But, I mean, 200,000 bucks. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Killing the prisoner is not worth it. 200,000 bucks is. So, yeah. Flying over the war zone, then over Allied territory. The turbulence will stop ever so slightly. As our little dropship will arrive at the far city eventually. Landing at one of the designated landing sites. Yulana Aldous and the mercs will take the prisoner out the back of the ship, greeted sort of in a somewhat makeshift field in front of the, well, more likely off behind the city over here. Um, they're greeted by, well, a temporary staging ground and supply area for the Allied military. They will walk across basically the somewhat muddy, somewhat flat-ish ground. Of course, there's bushes and trees and so forth, but it's not really super forested, this area. Walking across it, some of the ground's relatively solid where the staging ground is. Several military vehicles drive forward towards the front. Some sit there prepared. A lot of the soldiers back here aren't on exceptional alert, but they're ready in case anything happens. But several APCs, IFVs, a couple of tanks, stuff sits around here. A few helicopters take off to fly to the war zone. Supply trucks do continuously drive towards the front, basically non-stop from this area. As you and Aldous and the team approach a little set of tents, they are slowed by some external guards. They were ordered to land here, so it's not like they were, like just landing at the site. They were specifically directed to land here. Several guards will come out and approach as they bring the target. And an official will approach, saying, "So this is our target. Hello and welcome." And no, we're just watching Juliana Aldous' adventures. We're not stalking Juliana Aldous. Yes, I mean, like, technically Juliana Aldous doesn't know that we're watching her adventures through space. She doesn't know that. But I mean, I have to provide, think of it like reality TV. Think of it like reality TV. And yet you're all watching this mercenary go about her business. She doesn't know that you're watching. So I mean, look, we. It's not like it's. It, I, you let all this has. I mean, it should be considered an honor to have an imperial lord watch your adventure. I'm not going to. That would be interference. I'd be interfering in. I mean, yeah, there's no like prime directive or anything, but it'd be. I can't interfere in this mercenary's adventures. What you expect me to just be like a mysterious benefactor has deposited money into your account? No, no, no. However, admittedly, early on, I was okay. To be fair, I think I've mentioned this before. So admittedly, I I was I was tempted to like secretly capture Juliana Aldous and make a backup of her brain. Look, I don't want her to die. I don't want her to die. She's a mercenary. It's a dangerous business. Look, I'm sure she would back up her own brain if she could afford it. But she can't. I mean, it would be an honor. But look, Look, you're making this seem worse than it is, I assure you. Look, I don't need to follow your morals. I'm an imperial lord. I'm beyond average citizenry. Who are you to question the motives of an imperial lord? Look. I command a nation of billions. There's 650 billion people in my nation. 650 billion. I'm responsible for all 650 billion of those people as an imperial lord and the taxes that they pay me. All like 700,000 billion credits. You know? I'm see that's it. No, that's just the thing. You're watching reality TV. I'm what's the word for those? Announcing? I'm like an announcer, you know? You know those people who those people who announce sports. Yeah, commentator. I'm a commentator. Yes. But yes. It's look, while she doesn't know it, Juliana Aldous brings joy to probably millions, at least millions of viewers across the galaxy. You know? So, I mean, yeah, is, it's, it's fine. It's fine. But I'm not putting her in a bad situation. I'm simply watching the situations she gets into on her own. I have done very little manipulation using the multidimensional broadcasting device. I have not altered reality. We're basically just watching her adventure. So, as you may know, I am broadcasting to what you call Earth. I'm not from your realm. No, not again, Kaya. No, no, not a multiverse. No, it's not a multiverse. It's a multidimensional broadcasting device. It's what allows me, Lord Basil, to communicate with you. It also does have like a very, very suspicious second function, which allows me to alter reality. But I mean, best not tell Imperial Command about that. Actually, they know, but basically, I'm not allowed to use the reality altering function of it. I can't alter fate lest terrible things might happen. And or Imperial Command will come knocking on my door, and you know, despite being an Imperial Lord, you know, Omega, which is our Imperial agent, Imperial Black Ops division, We'll drag poor Lord Basil out of uh out of my nice little office and into an interrogation chamber. There's not multiple Basils, there's one Basil, and it's me. There's no multi. There's only. I am Basil. Look. I understand it's confusing because I'm wearing the sunglasses, but see, it's me. It's me. There's no Neko Basil. No. There's only Basil. It's just me. See. The glasses are for. Take the hat, but no, no, not the hat. Anything but the hat. There. See? No cat ears. No cat ears. This is the Juliana all this adventure show, not the Basil the Basil show. That's no no. I'm putting the hat back on. That's there. Wrong one. There we go. There. The hat stays on. I'm a pure Terran. I'm not a modified Terran in any variety. Well, other than yeah, okay, like other than the whole yes, like I am mind uploaded, and this is just one of the like several bodies I inhabit on occasion. When I'm not a spider tank or in the big power armor variant. But I assure you, there's definitely there's definitely not a version of this. I mean, this is, my original, not my original body, same template. Of course, enhanced strength and all that, of course, and augmentation. But I assure you, there's not a version with cat ears. I assure you. Definitely not. Not a secret cat version. Okay, I understand where the confusion comes from. I understand where the confusion comes from. So, let me see if I can't fix this. It's been a long while. It's a dark, dark past. Where is it? The confusion, a rare, embarrassing look at where this confusion probably originated. Here we are. Our previous broadcaster, our previous broadcaster was a cat. Well, sort of, as you can see. That was our previous broadcaster. I say previous broadcast. It's not me. That's Nikolai. Well, that's Nico over there. He was our previous broadcaster. Well, I say previous broadcaster owned the device, the broadcasting device, before we came along and the Empire seized the broadcasting device from that little cat. Very short cat. Like that tall. Very short cat. But yes, that's I suppose where this confusion comes from. But we of course stole the I say stole, seized legally the broadcasting device from old Nico over there. Now we'll just have the conscripts, lieutenant, to take him away back to the dark depths of the Imperial prison. This isn't a pirate hat. And no, the illegal ownership of a multidimensional device. It's illegal under Imperial law. That cat is not an Imperial citizen, and therefore cannot own a multidimensional broadcasting device. Therefore was in violation of Imperial law. So basically, yes. I suppose that is well where the confusion comes from. I mean, let's go to our recording real fast. So, of course, this is a recording, so it's not going to be accurate what you see here. But, oh, wrong one. Here we are. This one? Nope, wrong one. Where did I put that? Frontier City? Hmm. Surely I have that map somewhere. Not this map. See, now I really want to show the map. Not this map. That's a special map. Definitely not a Halloween event map. No, no. Definitely not a Halloween event map. No. Not this map, but we're getting closer. Not this one. Is it this one? I have too many maps, as you can see here. Rebel Meetup. New solo. Nope, that's the new one. City Hotel? Nope. Solo ship, ship network, Ruins World, Ruins Direct, Resort. That was one of our mission maps, not what we're looking for. Rescue mission Rebel Meet? No, not the Rebel Meet. Hmm. We might just give up very shortly at finding this map. I really wanted to show it off, though. Yeah, I should organize. We don't We don't manage all of multidimensional travel. We only manage things that happen in our direct vicinity. And by that I mean any dimension we occupy. So I mean, if you show up here, yes. Okay, I'm gonna very quickly flip through these maps. That's my house. We don't need to see. Oh, is it listed here? Yep, yep. Nope, 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 nope. It's not here. That's my house, of course. This is where I am right now. It's live broadcasting to you from behind this desk. But you've seen this before. Yeah, it's like speeding multidimensionally. It's big crime. Except, bigger crime than simply speeding. Nope. Accidentally swapped to that one. It's not this one. It's one of these maps, I assure you. This is close, huh? Nope. Here it is. A recording of the previous broadcasting room. As you can see here, here's a recording of when we seized the area. Cthulhu, he does Cthulhu stuff. You can't trust Cthulhu. But yeah, here's the recording of the time we swapped hosts, the time we seized this facility from that little cat. As you can see, this is where the cat used to be, in a city, just broadcasting from a rented office space, specifically from, well, yeah, here. And we, no, the cat is staying in space jail forever. That Neko will never escape. But yeah, that's a look at the past. And when I first showed up, yeah, not in the galaxy, of course, in as a broadcaster for the wider galaxy. Although, I mean, if you watch space arena fights, specifically the space arena fights hosted by Exorasis. Exorasis is a faction in space, but anyway, if you watch their arena fights, I was broadcast there long before. It was good showing in that fight. Lots of good competitors. The mission to it. No, you're not breaking the cat out. No, you can't Ocean's 11 the cat out of Imperial jail. That would be quite the mission. Travel halfway across the galaxy to an Imperial prison, seize the cat, and escape. I don't think you can pay the party enough to assault an imperial area. I don't think you can pay the party enough for that. And no, you're not telling Juliana all this about it. She doesn't even know we're watching, so no, we're not telling Juliana all this about the cat. The cat stays in jail. We're not following the escape adventures. Look, I'm sure that'd be a conflict of interest. Besides, do you think I'm not just going to bolster security right now? The 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 cat is in my jail. My jail. In my nation. You've said this fact. You've said break out the cat in front of me. Right in front of me. I can just like right now. Lieutenant, double security. See? There. Easy. Problem solved. What? What? No, no, stop it. You're not breaking out the cat. Besides, I'd have to stat the cat. I'm the one who's holding the cat hostage. Not technically hostage, prisoner. That's you can't recruit me to. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. You can't recruit me to do the. Mm, that's not how this works. Okay. Well, that's it. That's it. Half a second. You've done this to yourselves. Assuming that this actually works. Listen here, you traitorous galactic citizens. You can't enter my territory and seize this cat from me. I am an Imperial Lord. You will not successfully engage the Empire for my cat. You fools! The might of the Empire is far beyond what you can possibly imagine. Do you understand? Yes. But yes. Basically, you can't send an eldritch entity to sees that this laws it if you think I won't deploy Nova weapons in my own system to fight an eldritch entity, you're wrong. I will deploy tactical Nova weapons in my own territory. The cat will never escape. I mean, is it statistically possible? Yes. Is it probability wise practical? Probably not. I don't think any of you have the forces, stats, skills, or ability to fight me. And all my nation. For instance, Max, your nation, as I recall, has what? A third the population of mine? No. You have like 590 billion. I have 600 and like 50 billion. So our populations are similar, but my tech level is higher. And my economic output is higher. Now, throw in the megacorp of Kaya's megacorp, and the technological advantage gets strained. But I'm pretty sure my nation has more forces than Kaya's megacorp. I I don't want to think about what Cal's eldritch friends can do. But still, we're talking destruction on a system-wide scale. All for a cat. That's a lose-lose for all of us. No. You're not talking the corrupt empire to saving a cat. No, that's traitorous talk. They're traitors. They're elvish worshippers. No. You're all insane, you know that? You're all insane. I'm going back to the other map. There we are. This is of course the planet that you and all this is on. Um no, you can't make deals with eldritch entities. I mean, you can try, but it never ends well. They have weird goals that nobody can ever figure out. Eldritch entities always have strange goals. That's just the way it works. You just want to play games. Yes, well, isn't there something you're supposed to be doing, like saving the world or something? Because as I recall, you were playing Spyro as opposed to saving the world. So you're not one to talk, are you? Yes. You can't just go around accusing people of that. I'm gonna die of laughter. Oh. Oh. I was not expecting that one to come back up. Oh. Oh. You can't just go around calling Terrans like of different varieties. You can't ask Nekos if they have tails and so forth. That's it's just not something that's done. It's in bad taste. Anyway, I at least intend to get to the point in which next time I can generate another mission. So, Juliana Aldous and the team approach the camp. Exactly. I don't have a tail because I'm not a Neko. I am a standard Terran. So, so Juliana Aldous and the team will take, well, as the representative and the guards approach, Juliana Aldous will bring the target to them and basically hand them over. The representative will, of course, thank them, say some platitude about, you know, you've done a service to this nation, and the usual political platitudes that higher up military representatives are known to give. And one of the mercenaries with you, and then Aldous will say, "And the pay?" And he'll nod and say, "It'll be transferred to your accounts." And, the 200,000 will be transferred to Yulan Aldous and each of the mercenaries' accounts. The mercenaries will be happy and basically they're going to head off to arrange transport out of the location. Yulan Aldous is going to keep the vehicle, the drop ship. It's not FTL capable, but, she will head back to it. Does she have pilot? Let's see. Uh, Data sheet. Yulana Aldous, skills. Yes, she has 2 in pilot. Okay. Driving and piloting are a bit different, but Yulana Aldous has 2 in pilot. She doesn't technically have starship operation, but she does have 2 in pilot. So no exceptional penalty, but she'll basically fly it out of the location with authorization. She'll ask for authorization, then fly it out of there to basically a landing pad at a different area, in which case she'll likely pay The standard landing fee of 200 credits, which we'll subtract from our inventory. Over in a different city. And from there, next time, we'll plan and go see what adventures and so forth we wish to take. We'll take it a bit slow probably next time for adventure-wise, as we'll build one up and go through the whole process. The whole process. But we are a bit early. But we have had some technical issues with our internal systems here. Of the light kind, not the kind that's of a problem, but of a light kind. So it's not too much of a problem, but basically, we'll wrap up the session here of the solo adventure. Then we'll just talk for a bit, because that I can do. Let's see. Let's award some experience. Today's session was exceptionally easy. So we'll just award ourselves 3 XP. Probably we earned more, but we'll just award ourselves 3. And next time, we'll also level up. Who, Yulan Aldous? She is in the Terran Nations. That is East 40. I can show that on the map easily enough. So if we go over to the galaxy map, where is it? Nope, that's the wrong one. Here we are. So this is the council capital. She is East 40, so right there. Where's my pointer? Right there. If you want to know in comparison, the Commonwealth is over here. And y'all are over here. So, you know, long way. You would have to travel over a year. Yes. Do not interfere with Juliana Aldous. She's busy. No. And of course, I, personally, am right over here. But you'll never get that cat. Never. You'll never get that cat. You'll never catch me. You'll never take me alive. I would like to remind you, as an Imperial Lord, I have the expendable income of a nation to spend on augmentations. You do realize you've seen the power of some augmentations, right? You've seen the whole +6 to stats, right? That's for non-imperial tech. I mean, that does not work out. What's a can of peaches gonna do? You gonna throw a can at my head? I'm not even. I don't have to send all the. I don't even need gods. Why would I need gods? Have you seen my stat block? To who? Me or the cat? You can't pay me off with canned food. You can't pay me off with 200 bucks. I'm an imperial lord. You'd need like so many credits. This plan is ridiculous. High quality canned food. I accept only fresh food. I'm sure the cat only eats canned goods. But I am an imperial lord. Okay, so I suppose I did admit a while back that I love, what are they called? Imperial rations? I do love imperial rations. But that's different. Imperial rations are different. Multiverse bucks. The Empire would kick down my door and complain at me for that. Almost talking me into joining. Almost. Bold. I mean, you know how this just wouldn't work. Once again, have you seen my stat block? It's. Yes, I did miss being on the battlefield. I don't think you're afraid of 5 Imperial ships, Max. I don't think you can handle a nation worth of Imperial ships. I can't just swap into a. I mean, I can just swap into a different body, and but I don't. I, I can't like just swap into another body and go on adventures. That'd be wild. You're not afraid, Max? You should be. The Empire is powerful. Yeah, I can, but like it's it's not it's not a good idea. It would be there's so many problems with it. Just go hire a different mercenary. I'm not scared. It's just not a. There's so many problems with that, though. Think of what the other Imperial Lords will say. What will the other nobles say? Yeah. But I refuse to swap into a non-template body. I basically always run a model that looks like this. I don't, I mean, other than the whole spider tank thing. Because, I mean, like I said, this is what my natural body looks like for the most part, other than technically the fact that there's the big power armor variant, but, and, the spider tank. But I'm not naturally a spider tank, believe it or not. I'm naturally an Imperial Lord. Well, a Terran, but, So I wouldn't swap templates. And obviously, given that we're broadcasting multidimensionally and to, like many citizens throughout the galaxy, they'd know if they saw me. It wouldn't work. I can't just, what is it? I can't just put on glasses and expect them to not realize it's me. It's technically possible, but there's so many problems with that idea. Look, as much as I long for the days of mercenary work, look, there's so many problems with that. I'm, I'm an evil Imperial Lord. I like watching things burn. I'm pretty sure that's detrimental to the party. Besides, I can't not represent Imperial interests. I have to represent Imperial interests. Yeah, I can watch Megacorps burn. I can murder enemies of, but like technically, but like I said, I'd have to represent Imperial interests. Help us take out Grey Tree, the Arasaka of space. Sort of. I mean, the Grey Tree is more, definitely not based off of any actual mercenary groups from your Elysian realm. Definitely not. I mean, look, if I know I don't make many news broadcasts, even though I should, but look, military industrial complex sponsorships are what we do. It's our bread and butter. But yeah, no, I mean, while it all is theoretically possible, it's a terrible idea. Running around. I mean, like, they're issues. I'm a leader. I mean, I do long for the days of following orders. As a conscript, I'd have to respec. I'd have to figure out what mods I'd put in the body. I'd have to make sure. I'd have to put some. I mean, do you know how much money this? Okay, I'm about. That's a dumb statement. I was about to say, do you know how much money it costs to have a constant mind uplink to the Imperial net? I was gonna say it costs a lot, but that's the yeah. I have. I am going to take one credit unit from my nation. 10 billion credits. Yeah, technically, it's like not an issue. Anyway, best of luck. It is, and yeah, no, having having that corp in a new sponsorship is an option. Yeah, assuming that the Commonwealth is willing to pay the Empire for a spot on Imperial News. Anyway, I mean, I'm sure that the Commonwealth would, well, yeah, the subsidiary would probably be, the Commonwealth would probably allow that a lot more. Yeah, it's very doable, assuming they can handle the rates I charge. You know, this is a bit embarrassing, but Omnicorp still hasn't. They still haven't. I mean, point combat templates. They're like, yes, anytime. We'll give you a script to read anytime. You know, and we'll pay you for it. And then, point combat templates does. I'm pretty sure we've if I remember correctly, we've sent out several like, requests to Omnicorp, and they've refused all of them. Crunchy bits, I could probably, but I could probably do crunchy bits, but we do imperial, not imperial, military industrial complex ones. Yeah, Omnicorp mean they refuse. Even though I'm willing to talk good about their starships, they refuse. Anyway, we are approaching the normal time I stop at, usually. I'm even going longer than normal recently. But unfortunately, due to slight technical issues here, very light technical issues, and the fact that I was already tired when I started, I'm probably going to go and make some coffee. So, I hope you all enjoyed. There is probably tomorrow Arma stream. Yeah, Arma stream tomorrow more than likely. And then other stuff. And hopefully Newsday Tuesday. Then World Building Wednesday, and then Friday more solo tabletop RPG. And repeat. So, I hope you all enjoyed. And yes, we will. We will do a raid. But first, I gotta do my outro. As always, I've been your host, Casimir Basilius, Imperial Lord, and I hope that you, yes, you, have a wonderful day.